Hey, I got another story time for you, and it has to do with this empty cage again. In fact, Damara is in there right now. You can see her right there. But this story is not about Damara. This is about my other big female, Kata. And I've talked in other videos before about how I observe my females sometimes hanging out together and curling up together, and this happens a lot under the couch. They tend to go under the couch together and curl up, and a lot of people would say, "Oh, it's probably a warm spot there." It's not. It's not any warmer there. And by the way, there are individual snake hides under the couch that they could go into if they want. They never use them. They pile up together. I have 4 or 5 big females that do this. And so anyway, this morning, I let Damara out at about 8 o'clock this morning, and I brought Kata out with me. So Damara, I let her out, and I opened this cage because this is where she likes to hang out. And she went exactly where we see her right now. Early this morning. Right now, it's 4:30 p.m.-ish. It's about 4:30 p.m. So since this morning, she's been there. And then Kata came out with me, and I just handled her for a while. And then I let her go, and I assumed that she would go under the couch like she always does. Well, she did go under the couch, but she came right back out, and I noticed her coming across the room. And I don't know if she picked up on Damara's scent, but she ended up going into this cage, which she's never been in before. She's never explored the cage, and I thought, oh, that's cool, she'll explore that cage. Well, she didn't. She followed exactly Damara, where Damara was, and here's where they've been all day together. Just piled up there. And my guess is that if Damara had been under the couch, that's where Kata would have gone. So, just interesting behavior. We can only make guesses and observe what they do, and they don't always hang out together. A lot of times they choose to be separated, but I observe these females seeking each other out and being together often enough that it creates a pattern, and you can determine that this is something that they tend to want to do, and it makes me wonder if they do that in the wild. If they hang out in the wild. There are anecdotal reports of people seeing ball pythons together in the wild. I don't think there's been specific scientific studies, but I see it enough here that I think it's real interesting, that they do that. I don't think that they should be housed together. That would be, they would be competing for resources at that point. But I think it's interesting when they get to free roam that they choose to do this. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this story time. See you guys later.